Voice AI feels natural. That's exactly why it's vulnerable. Deepfake fraud is up over 1,300%, and most companies have no idea how exposed they really are. Voice AI is completely changing how we interact with everything. But as we build out these amazing new frontiers, we also have to build fortresses to protect them. Today, we're diving into the high stakes world of voice AI security and why getting it right is more critical than ever before. When I say high stakes, I am not kidding. According to some pretty startling security reports, deepfake fraud attempts just skyrocketed by over 1,300% in 2024 alone. Think about that. That's a jump from about one attempt a month to seven per day. This isn't some far off threat. It is happening right now. You've got companies everywhere rushing to adopt voice AI for everything, from customer service to financial transactions. But all this speed has created a massive security blind spot. It turns out, the very thing that makes AI voice so powerful, how natural and conversational it is the exact same thing that makes it so incredibly vulnerable. And believe me, this isn't just some niche concern for the IT department. A whopping 73% of business leaders are worried that this new wave of AI is poking holes in their security, and it's something they just don't know how to plug. We're talking about a C-suite level problem with billions of dollars on the line. So why is securing a voice AI so much harder than, say, a simple text-based chatbot? The answer lies in this fundamental security divide between how the two systems actually work. Unlike text, which is static and can be analyzed, voice demands a real-time response. That tiny delay is the difference between a natural conversation and a totally frustrating one. But it leaves almost no time for any real security analysis. Beyond just the speed, the audio itself is packed with data that can be exploited, from your unique voice print to background noise, creating a perfect storm for social engineering that text bots just don't have to deal with. In big regulated industries, the consequences are catastrophic. A breach in financial services could lead to huge unauthorized transactions. In healthcare, it could mean violating HIPAA and putting patient safety at risk. In government, it could even have national security implications. So, how do you defend against a threat this complex? You can't just install antivirus software and call it a day. You have to build a fortress, a defense with multiple reinforcing layers. It all starts with authentication, confirming you are who you say you are. Then you've got liveness detection, which is critical for fighting deepfakes. The third layer is data protection, making sure every word is encrypted. And finally, real-time monitoring, acting like guards on the wall. Let's zero in on liveness detection for a second. Think of it like a digital security guard asking you to blink during a photo ID check. It's the system's way of making sure it's talking to a real live person in that moment, not a perfect recording or some AI clone. Underneath all these layers is the absolute bedrock of security: encryption. Using protocols like TLS to protect your voice as it travels across the internet, and AES 256 to lock it down when it's stored, is not optional. It is non-negotiable. Without end-to-end encryption, you haven't built a fortress, you've built a house of cards just waiting to fall over. However, a fortress is only as strong as its gatekeepers. This brings us to a golden rule of cybersecurity: the principle of least privilege. The profound question at the heart of this issue is, just because an AI can access your entire customer database or read all company emails, does that mean it should? The principle of least privilege means you give an AI agent only the absolute minimum permissions it needs to do its job, nothing more. It's the difference between giving someone a master key to the entire building versus a key that only opens the single door they need to go through. In the real world, you implement this through role-based access control, RBAC. You define specific roles, like an analyst who can only view data versus an administrator who can change settings. and audit them constantly. For high stakes actions, you make sure a human has to sign off. This isn't just a good idea. In many cases, like with HIPAA in healthcare or PCI DSS in finance, it's literally the law. This is how you prove to regulators and customers that you have strong controls in place. All of this might sound expensive, but the modern way to look at this is to stop thinking of security as just a cost center. In the age of AI, powerful security is actually a huge competitive advantage. It's how you build and maintain customer trust. In fact, the return on investment is measurable. According to analysis from firms like McKinsey, a secure, well-built voice AI can slash cost per call by up to 30%, automate as much as 65% of all interactions, and actually improve customer satisfaction by over 20%. Ultimately, security isn't a project you just finish. The threats are always changing, which means your defenses have to too. Having a security roadmap isn't just an internal plan, it's a public promise to your customers that you are committed to keeping their most sensitive data safe, both today and tomorrow. As voice assistants become truly inseparable from our daily lives, in our homes, cars, and offices, we all have to ask ourselves, is our security evolving fast enough to keep pace with the risk?